You've been feeling guilty from procrastinating, haven't you? From not being healthy enough, from not being kind enough, for not pursuing your dreams. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't even matter. What's the use in dwelling? What's the use in holding on to the past? It's completely useless. Hi guys, my name's Hiba and welcome back to my channel if you've already seen me here, and if you're new, thank you so much for tuning in. My channel is all about expressing yourself and being fearless in the pursuit of anything that you want to achieve. This subject of failure, everyone feels it. Every single human, no matter who you are, feels it. And you know what? If you're failing, then it means you're actually doing something. And if you're not doing something, then that is a feedback to teach you that maybe you should do something if you feel bad about it. Who cares if you haven't been exercising? Who cares if you haven't had a routine? Who cares if you've been a douchebag recently? Who cares? It doesn't matter. That is in the past. We are here to bring you in to the present and look to the future and have a better life. Every day is a new day. Stop the Groundhog Day. These daily actions that you're taking that's just the same thing on repeat every day, it's not going to get you anywhere. But you know what else is going to keep you in Groundhog Day? Holding on to the past. So how do we move forward? Firstly, stop dwelling. Number 2, tiny steps. Today, I whitened my teeth, I went for a swim, and I gua sha'd my face. For me, they feel like small steps because I started with just swimming, and then I found it hard to whiten my teeth because I don't really like the feeling on my teeth and whatever. But step by step, I just did these different actions that I wanted to do for myself. And now I did 3 things this morning that I wanted to achieve. I even sat with my stray cat outside. I have a stray cat in my garden and I sat with her, and that was my form of meditation today because I didn't want to just sit and meditate. So my meditation was to leave my phone in the house and go out and chill with my cat. What works with what you like? What works with what you like? Tell me in the comments. Do you give us some ideas, give us some inspo in the comments for other people? My idea of meditation is sitting in nature if I don't feel like doing the whole sitting down, closing my eyes. What is your idea of meditation? What is your idea of exercise and fitness? Mine has been swimming today. What is your idea of health? I had a yummy, fun granola, but I added lots of fruit in there, and that was my kind of fun, healthy, unhealthy, because it has maple syrup, etc., breakfast this morning. So what is it that you can do in your life today when you wake up tomorrow that is shifting towards what it is that you want? I have been an entrepreneur since I was about 9. I used to sit outside my apartment and I would get multi-pack of felt tip pens, and I was a proper wheeler dealer hustler, and I don't know where it came from. My parents gave me pocket money. I couldn't even tell you where this came from. So I would sit with these felt tip pens and I would get the multi-pack, which cost I don't know, £2.50 or whatever it was back in my day, and I would sell them individually for £1 per felt tip pen. But they were these really cool pens that I don't even know if you have them, if they're around anymore, but they were stamped. So they were Crayola pens, but they were stamped pens, so it'd be a heart shape and a teddy bear shape, and it was super cool. And so I would sell these as singular, so it was £2.50 pack of I don't know, 20 felt tip pens, and I would sell them for £1 each. So I'd make a really high profit, and people thought I was really funny and cute because I was a child, and so I did make those sales, and that wasn't a failure. But hitherto, I started getting really, really confident with my entrepreneurship journey, and I decided to run a colouring in contest at my primary school. And I was in year 6, and I already got bullied at school, bullied a lot, whatever the reason was. Too posh, not posh enough, too brown, too white from the browner people. I got bullied with everything. And anyway, so I decided to do this colouring in competition where I drew an outline of a bunny rabbit on each piece of paper. And I got people to sit down on the lunch break and colour it in, and they had to pay 20p each for the entry fee. And with the entry fee money, I bought a few little gifts as prizes, and I did certificates, and I got old things from my mum's gift box. You know when you get given gifts that you don't like? My mum had a whole box of these things, so I was giving them as prizes for this competition, and everyone was entering. And I remember getting told off by the teacher, but for some reason she didn't stop me. I mean, why would someone get told off for running a colouring in competition at class? I mean, in playtime. I think it's such a cool idea. So anyway, there's these girls that always bullied me. They were in the year below, but a massive reason why they also bullied me is because their mum was actually like racist, so their mum would bully me. But they were in my gymnastics class, completely separate to school. So by pure bad luck, like the meanest girls to me in school were also in my gymnastics class. And I was trying to be a Olympics, like I wanted to be an Olympics gymnast, but because those girls bullied me so much, I had to unfortunately leave that dream. And I remember my instructor ringing my mum and just being really sad that I was taken out of the thing. I don't think my mum even knew I got bullied. I never really told her. Anyway, moving on. So this competition, even those girls, I don't know if they entered, but they came to like the prize giving. They basically knocked my money tin out of my hand. I don't even think I've told a therapist about this. I don't know, I haven't really told many people about this, so this is probably vulnerable. They knocked the money tin out of my hand, and then they stole my money, and they ripped up like the certificates and like stole the prizes and things. But then, in spite of all of that, I carried on prize giving. I'm pretty impressed at young Hiba. I don't know what it is, like when you were younger, before you've been like fully tarnished with your PTSD, there's something so pure. And I think I was about 10, and I just carried on with the prize giving and just accepted that I didn't make any money from it because I got robbed by these girls who already bullied me outside of school. So that was splendid. Anyway, point being is, learn from young Hiba. I carried on. I carried on even though I got robbed, and I carried on doing entrepreneurial things for ages. When I was 14, I wrapped this fabric around this girl, a family friend, and I sewed her into it and made her a dress. And so I like charged someone for a dress when I was 14 years old. If I held on to all of the horrible things that happened in the past, I would have never done fun things like make dresses for people. And then my business ended up being a business that was featured on ASOS. I got scouted by Topshop. I got scouted by Nylon magazine. Depop scouted me. Vice, one of the magazines, not Vice, it was another one. I don't remember the name, but it was that kind of artsy magazine vibe. I'll put some pictures for you guys to see. So I was like selling clothes like hotcakes in my early 20s, and then I run a subscription box company, and I kept failing and failing and failing. I had a factory when I had my fashion brand steal my clothes designs and start her own shop because she saw that I was doing well. I kind of don't want to keep going on about this, but what I want to explain to you guys is we can fail and fail and fail, but these are all life lessons and they make us stronger. What you can't do is let it defeat you. Little Hiba won't allow you. You can't let it defeat you. Don't let these things that happen to you in life, the PTSDs, the whatever it is, be like a warrior and fight through the noise. Follow your instincts. My instinct is telling me to post more YouTube videos. My videos got up to 55k views about 3 years ago. Now my videos are getting 100 views. I'm not giving up. I refuse, and you shouldn't either. Let's do this together, okay? Okay, let's talk about people seeing you fail, people seeing your low views, people seeing you trying to attempt to be an influencer, people seeing you change career, if you like want to go from like being a fashion designer to a lawyer, whatever it is. Like, there has to come a point where we have to break through this. So how do we break through this? What I talk about in every video, building up your self-esteem step by step. We build up our self-esteem through achieving little goals, whether it's being healthier if you want to be, or if it's being more social because you want to be, or it's sticking to your promises to yourself. If you told yourself that you're going to wake up at 7 a.m. every morning, or 6 a.m. or 5 a.m., keeping those promises to yourself, realistic promises. Let's not feel bad about ourselves if our promises are unrealistic and then we can't achieve them. Like, let's just not even focus on that. So when you slowly get out of your comfort zone every day, it's really important to be out of your comfort zone or face a fear at least once a day. I listened to this podcast. It was like a neuroscience podcast, and I don't remember if it was Joe Dispenza. I listen to him all the time, but someone said, in order to kind of exercise your brain, especially as you get older, you have to teach yourself one new thing or face one new fear or push your limits, but don't push it too much that you go back into yourself. It has to be just enough of a fear or just enough of a risk to make you feel a sense of achievement, but not enough to freak your brain out, because that's not what we're looking for right now, okay? So that's a great way to break your Groundhog Day if your everyday seems the same. I mean, you can literally just sit on the London Underground. I mean, I'm originally from London. Sit on the London Underground, a busy one, and go, meep. Just like do that, just one meep. Or like a whoop, just like a little one, like a whoop. Anything like that. Like that is what exercises your brain, because when we're younger, our brain is exercised through learning all these everyday things. But when things start to become unconscious, so it's like, oh, it's normal for me to, I don't know, gua sha my face, but maybe 10-year-old me would have no clue what a gua sha is. So that would have been the new thing that I would learn that day. You have to start expanding and expanding every single day as you grow older with these new little things to reawaken your senses. And that in turn is what's going to teach you to exercise that muscle of being more fearless. And then when you're more fearless, you start to care less about what people think, because who cares what people think? We are literally just peas, which is little anti-ants on this big spinning ball of dirt. The amount of people I see who are like, I want to start this little Etsy shop. I want to start this online business. I really want to have a jewelry brand. I want to have a candle brand. I want to have a perfume brand. You need to start from the basics, because every single person that has told me this, who isn't an entrepreneur or hasn't got their own business right now, they just haven't followed through with it. Especially the friends that say things like, I want a perfume business. It's, I think, known that it's one of the hardest industries to get into. Like even Ariana Grande isn't necessarily going to do better than Chanel. I don't know. I'm just giving random examples, but even like big celebrities don't always succeed with their perfume ranges. Like you don't see Paris Hilton perfume like all over Harrods or like in the most luxury places and like selling out or limited edition, whatever. What I would say to someone who has never started a business before and wants a freaking perfume brand, maybe start with a homemade beauty brand, like a shea butter cream moment, or oils, like natural oils, things that are really easy to do at home that you can slowly build up. Especially the money that goes into running like a proper perfume brand, where it has to go through all of the certifications and you have to have the packaging, etc., etc. Having these small businesses where you're using certified products already and just kind of mixing them together and home making your packaging is a perfect start towards that long-term goal of having a perfume brand. And I find that because people have these really big goals, two things happen. The first thing that happens is they feel guilty and low self-esteem because they've set this high goal that many people can't achieve. That's the first thing. And the second thing is they just give up completely. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's sad. Going forward, I want to see less feeling guilty about unrealistic things you can't achieve, daily practices, and going out of your comfort zone every single day so that you don't live that Groundhog Day. And slowly trying to build your self-esteem to a place where if you do fail, you keep going, you learn, you take that feedback loop and you get better and better. And a final note I'll say, which is a super important one, watch your environment and the people that you hang out with. The content you absorb needs to be positive, motivational content, stuff that uplifts you. Even if you're looking at someone teaching you exercise and then you're like really upset about how their body looks, don't do it. Follow an influencer that doesn't make you feel bad about yourself, even if their intentions isn't that. Unfortunately, sometimes even these people who are trying to make us feel better, they make us feel worse. So just be really self-aware. Self-awareness is key in this. The people that you hang out with are so important. I've kind of moved to a new country and it's in the Middle East, and actually I go back to London every 3 months, so I don't even know where my home is right now. But about 6 months ago I was feeling super down and my mum said to me, Hiba, like, how can we make you a more confident person? How can we fix your self-esteem? And I know that I say this to you guys, but this is another thing that I want you guys to really listen to. I actually felt like, because she said it, I felt like I had low self-esteem, but then I tapped into my brain. I was like, I actually don't have low self-esteem. I've worked for years and years and years on this. And I was fine. I was just feeling down because I moved to a new country, like really down, really lonely, really confused. I just ended my subscription box company, which I showed you tidbits earlier. but I'll show you another example. That subscription box company I worked on 7 days a week. It was my full identity. And now I'm finding my new identity through YouTube, and I will bring my business back, but in a less overwhelming way. I want to do more like online services rather than product-based, so that I'm not surrounded in products and boxes. I just realized that my self-awareness is what had to kick in ultimately. Even when I say to you guys, oh, well, build your self-esteem every day, whatever, don't listen to me if you feel like your self-esteem is there. Really tap into yourself and say, okay, have I got low self-esteem? But I've always felt kind of confident. I think I'm just upset at the workplace. I think I'm upset with where I live. I think I'm upset with who my friends are. So sometimes changing your environment is the exact solution to starting life in a new and refreshing and goal-achieving way. Really focus on all of these factors. Don't just listen to Hiba on the internet. Like, really tap into yourself and think, what is your little thing that is niggling at you, that is holding you back from achieving things and making you fearful of failing? Are you fearful of failing because you have low self-esteem? Or are you fearful of failing because of another reason? I don't know, I can't tell you that. We're all different. All of our brains are wired a little bit differently, which is what makes life exciting. A guy that I used to date, I hung out with him recently as a friend, and he watched my YouTube videos and he was like, the quality is so bad, and was kind of like laughing at me. And I know the quality is bad, but I was procrastinating filming YouTube videos because it took me so long with my professional camera, because I don't have a Wi-Fi professional camera. I have a professional camera, it's staring right at me here if I decide to film with it. But I want to get the information out. I want to fail with the bad quality. I want to fail with my videos not being super exciting and enticing and inviting. I want to fail, but the only way I could fail is if I made it easier to fail, which is filming from my phone and editing on my phone, as opposed to getting my camera out, filming less content for you guys, not getting as skilled because I'm filming less, because I'm so worried about how difficult it is to film on my camera, upload to my laptop, run out of memory, edit on the laptop, figure out how to add captions on my laptop. Sounds so overwhelming, and that is exactly the reason why I procrastinate. So we're sticking with the phone videos, and I keep my camera there in case I just want to squeeze a professional video every now and again. And that's it for today, guys. I hope you get that kind of idea of just tapping into yourself, figuring out where these fears of failure stemming from. Maybe write it down. Let me know in the comments if I did really well and if you're really happy with what I said, or if you think I missed some things so I can talk about it in future videos. And please subscribe, like, and follow me on Instagram, because I really need your support in order to grow this channel and grow this community. Sending you love, light, and good vibes. Mwah.